Apple made a few big reveals in California today. The tech giant unveiled two brand new phones, the iPhone 6, which is larger than the previous, and the much larger iPhone 6 Plus, they're calling it. And then there's the Apple Watch, not the iWatch, the Apple Watch, a new square-faced smartwatch, 3 different versions of them, all kinds of bands. This marks the first major entry into a new product category since the iPad in 2010. The company clearly hopes that it can revolutionize technology the way it's done several times before.
If you know how to point, you already know how to use it.
Apple did, after all, make the computer accessible to the masses in the mid-1980s, introducing a user-friendly mouse and graphical interface as part of the Macintosh. A quarter century later, the company transformed the way folks get their music.
The biggest thing about iPod is it holds 1,000 songs.
With a sleek design and easy-to-use click wheel. The company wowed critics in 2007 when it unveiled the touchscreen interface of the iPhone.
Apple's really pushed the bar up further.
And it did so again with the iPad in 2010.
Way better than a laptop. Way better than a smartphone.
None of these products was the first of its kind, but their innovative designs fascinated the public and changed the way we interact with technology.
You really got to feel it to understand how amazing it is. It's just, it's so fantastic.
And it was. This is the first time that Apple is introducing a new product like this without its co-founder Steve Jobs, who died in 2011. The Fox Business Network's Jo-Ling Kent is live in Cupertino, where she was for this announcement. Tell us more about Apple Watch.
Well, Shep, it is a pretty incredible device. It comes in 2 different sizes, 6 different straps, as you mentioned. What it does is very interesting. It's got that hard sapphire glass. It's got fitness tracker on the back of it, a custom sensor that can sense where you're walking, and then it will kick in on the maps function. And if you're trying to figure out where you're going to go, it will actually vibrate a little bit to show you which way perhaps you should turn. There's a lot of different opportunities here. You can also pay with Apple Pay, which is a new Apple payment system that Tim Cook, the CEO, unveiled today. If you want to book an airline ticket on American Airlines, you can do that with your new Apple Watch. You can also check in to your Starwood Hotel as well. There are some security concerns, Shep, about the watch, but it seems here that security is a priority for Apple, and there are other things you can do with it too. I bet you might like to listen to some of your music on there, or you might like to talk to Siri. So it's a really big opportunity for Apple. A lot of critics, though, saying it's nothing unexpected. But of course, the iPad, you'll probably remember, Shep, when they came out with the first one, it wasn't necessarily disruptive. It was the second one that really took over the industry, and people really got excited, and that's when they started to really kill it.
It was unexpected for me. I'm like, how are you going to pinch and squeeze it? You don't have to do that. You use the dial on the side.
Yeah.
You can even open your hotel room door with the thing, so it's programmable in many ways. And that's before we even talk about the new iPhones. There's the 6, which is a little bit bigger than the current 5. There's the 6 Plus, which is bigger than the 6. And Apple Pay. Go through it for us.
Yeah, so Apple payments. Well, let's start with the iPhone 6. Starts at $199 with a 2-year contract. Both of these phones are coming out on September 19th. The 6 Plus is a bigger one. But the big takeaway here is Apple payments, as I mentioned earlier. Apple already has access to 800 million iTunes accounts. Most of those are linked up with credit cards. So they already have a lot of payment options here. They're going to allow you to pay by just touching your phone with another device. So that's called mobile payments, as it were. Another thing you should watch out for on the iPhone that you might like, Shep, is the photo capability. They're improving the speed of the focus. It's 8 megapixels. You can FaceTime on both sides of the iPhone. So some new bonuses there, faster processor, better quality images. But there's just a lot of different features here. But what I find so interesting about the 6 and the 6 Plus is actually they're not necessarily any bigger than the Samsung phones or the Android phones that dominate globally. But what Apple is trying to sell here is the quality of the experience. They believe that they have something that the others don't, Shep. But I don't know. What about you? I know that you use an iPhone. That's right?
Love it. I watched the whole thing. The better screen, the better retina display, the 240 or so frames per second when you're making videos, if you want to, for slow-mo. The camera's better on both sides. I don't know. Full disclosure, not pimping their products. I'm just an Apple guy. I never wanted to change. and I'm glad that we have all this stuff, and I'm really excited about it. By the way, thanks a lot. Have fun in Cupertino. You can update this. You can begin to purchase these. You can pre-order. That's the word, pre-order, beginning this Friday. The Apple Watch not available until next year, but the iPhone 6 will be everywhere in a couple weeks, and it's going to be awesome.